Welcome back, everyone. Dirch here, and I have got my next in line with the series of potential skill changes for customers. And in this one, yes, I have got Krieg. You guys have been waiting for him, and talking about Krieg and all the other ones has kind of been annoying, to be honest. You couldn't talk about Maya or Zero or Gage. You had to talk about Krieg in the non-Krieg video. So I'm doing Krieg now, so you guys can talk about Maya and Axton and everyone but Krieg, because that's cool. So let's dig into his skill trees here. Action skill, not really going to change anything. I kind of love it, even if I don't use him a ton or use melee a ton. He's kind of weird that he's got some builds that you never really use it, but it's too complicated to change, and I think it's just fine. So the Bloodless Tree is kind of interesting, because this is kind of his gun tree, and we have a few issues here. Basically, I mean, Krieg is awesome with Hellborn, he's awesome with Mania, and the Bloodlust is kind of the tree that ties a lot of it together. But if you want to run just like a gun Krieg, it's kind of tough. Now, you can do some explosive Kriegs, I've seen some different things, but they're a little janky, and if you play co-op with Krieg, he's so damage and kill dependent to kind of build his stuff up. If you're playing with like three other really efficient characters that are just gonna, kill, 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 you can have a hard time to get going with Krieg. So I'm gonna look for some things to maybe help with that a little bit. So he's got about every buff imaginable outside of damage in this tree, other than obviously Bloodblast. So, blood-filled guns, you get insane magazine boost. That's really sweet. It's really helpful. No problem here. Blood Twitch. And then you get more Bloodlust stacks by getting these. Weapon Swap. Weapon Swap is sweet. Magazine size is sweet. So far, so good. Taste the Blood. Damage reduction during melee. This is kind of necessary. Krieg needs a lot of damage reduction because he doesn't have deception. You can't hold a grog and throw a chain lightning to his action skill. So stacking health and stacking damage reduction is a big deal on Krieg. Bloody Revival is fucking dumb. First of all, it should be a 1-point wonder sitting here, if anything. But assault rifle damage during Fight for Your Life is increased for each stack of Bloodlust. Really? He has one random assault rifle skill and his Fight for Your Life only. This just needs to be completely wiped out. If this was just you gain extra assault rifle damage for every stack of Bloodlust, and it's a really low percentage to kind of make him cool with assault rifles, that would be sweet, because Krieg's actually really good with a lot of assault rifles, especially like Moxie ones like the Kitten and the Hail. But even like the Ogre, because of his explosive skills. This could be really cool if it was just straight assault rifle damage. Now, he can get a shitload of Bloodlust stacks, so you'd have to be a really low damage percentage per stack, but it could be cool. And something like that could actually help tie this tree together to kind of help him. In fact, this would make him a better assault rifle character than Axton, probably. Blood Overdrive. Killing an enemy with a bullet increases your melee damage and reduces grenade fuse time for each stack of Bloodlust. And that's helpful in case, you don't have the perfect grenades and the greatest fuse time. It's awesome. He likes chucking a lot of grenades, obviously. This is a mixed tree, and it takes a lot of work to really make it work. I'm just going to put the points here because I hate it so much. Bloodbath is amazing. I have nothing to change here. You kill someone with grenade damage, which can also be splash damage, and you get massive damage bonus. Bomb Axe Bombardier. This actually works really well in melee builds, so I'm going to leave this alone as well. Fuel of Blood. Killing an enemy with a melee attack increases grenade damage, which would be this, for each stack of Bloodlust, as well as adding bonus stacks of Bloodlust. So that kind of works as you kill an enemy with melee, and then you kill him with a grenade, and then you kill him with melee, and then you throw one, and it kind of helps each other. And I thought there was one that... Yeah, so then this one, kill him with a bullet, which your thrown axe as a bandit pistol, so has a bullet and grenade. So then you can increase melee, and, you know, it's a nice circle for the melee. Blood Trance. This is one a lot of people have been saying they wish it could get rid of. The duration of Buzzak's Rampage is increased for each stack of Bloodlust. The argument against this is once you get his capstone, you have your cooldown reset when you leave your action skill, and then once you hit below 33%, you just reactivate it, and then when it goes down, you're ready to go again. So you don't necessarily need to stay in there longer. So this is one, along with Bloody Revival, that I think can change. And I'm going to wait to kind of talk about the changes to them at the bottom of this tree. Boiling Blood, increase the time before the stacks start to decay. That makes this whole tree work better. And now you get reload speed. And then Blood Explosion is obviously awesome. So in this tree, you get massive reload speed, massive weapon swap, massive magazine size, and you have one kill skill where you can get massive damage. And you can get increased grenade damage, which works well with splash damage, but you have to be able to be a hybrid build to do that. I think what we're missing in this tree is just a base level additive gun damage. And it shouldn't even be related to stacks, really. It'd just be nice to have like a 30% gun damage. That's what this tree is missing. Just something to help him get going so he's not so reliant on stacks. And I think either Blood Trance or Bloody Revival could be that. This is too deep in the tree, but maybe you can move things around. Or maybe it's fine to be down here and just make it a little bit better. But I think, personally, this tree needs just a little more oomph to help him move along his way. And it could be, like I said, either one of these two. You know, if this, again, I kind of like the idea of just actually making a cool assault rifle skill. And it could be pretty sweet if it was just always on. Or maybe it's a kill skill. I don't know. But, yeah, these two definitely, I think, need to switch. Or not need to. Blood Trance is kind of okay, but it's not that helpful for how deep it is. It's one of those ones that you've got spare points to put in, so you throw a few points there. The Mania Tree is pretty awesome. I don't have a lot of complaints here. I've got a few. So, Empty the Rage, melee damage, further increase your shields down, very cool. Pull the Pin is kind of a waste, but it's a tier 1 game changer, so I'm not too worried about it. Feed the Meat's awesome, more health and reduced shield recharge delay. Fuel the Rampage kind of should go. It helps in the beginning before you can get down to Release the Beast, but once you get Release the Beast, this is totally pointless. And the friendly damage never works out well. I mean, the only thing it's good for is people to troll players that grab this and just kill them over and over again. It's really a dumb skill, I think. And like I said, it's helpful in the very beginning of the game, and that's it. Man, it should just be maybe flat cooldown at best. But the friendly fire thing, I know thematically it was kind of cool, but it just doesn't work. So I'm going to come back to this and see if I have a better idea of what to change it to. Actually, you know, movement speed. Movement speed would greatly help him. I don't know if this is the right place for it or not, but I think it would be a help. Embrace the Pain. I love this. Increases your fire rate. Increases the shield delay even further, which is awesome. And this can get pretty big. Thrill of Kill is really awesome. Overkill damage comes back and heals you. Not everyone needs this, but thematically I think it meets up with Krieg, and it's a really good skill. Light the Fuse. This just needs a damage boost. Thematically it's really cool. It just doesn't scale well. In Opiate, I think Polka did some tests on this, and you could only kill a Varkid if it was slagged with it. That's how bad it is. So it needs a massive damage boost. Like, not a little, fucking massive. Strip the Flesh is pretty awesome. Salt the Wound's really awesome. Redeem the Soul is very cool and thematic. Silence the Voices. Some people are complaining about this and the self-attack chance. The only thing I would change about this that I read somebody that read would to speed up the animation if possible. But that would be it. Other than that, leave it alone. It's awesome. And that. So, really the big one is Fuel the Rampage. And what could you do in the melee tree to help him? Movement speed is helpful. He's already got a lot of damage reduction, a lot of health stacking, a lot of melee damage. Yeah. Actually, Fuel the Rampage here would be a cool thing. This would be too complicated. I was going to say every time you get hit, you gain like movement speed up to like 10 stacks or something, but that's asking for a little bit too much. Maybe just a flat movement speed buff, something like that, because that would kind of help him out quite a bit. Let me know if you guys have better ideas. I'm just kind of drawing a blank here of what he needs. Then when you go to his Hellborn tree, God, the Hellborn tree is pretty solid too. Like, so the first one's burn damage increase, more fire dots. He obviously likes that. Further increase while you're on fire. Increase your chances of causing dots, which is obviously helpful, and it's a big increase. And self-ignite chance goes up, which is awesome. Pain is power kind of fits for him because you're not carefully aiming for crits, you're just rampaging, so more gun damage on the bodies. Very cool. It'd be nice if this worked for snipers too, though, if they could get rid of that sniper thing. Because, a lot of snipers are not, but like the Pimpernel would be awesome with Pain as power. So I guess it'd be kind of nice to get rid of that sniper thing. Numb Nerves, damage reduction around fire, that's good. Elemental Elation is a bunch, again, fire rate magazine, awesome. Delusional damage helps you light yourself on fire, no complaints. Fire Fiend, melee attacks can ignite enemies, and then accuracy and reload speed are increased when you're on fire. It's kind of weird and random, but it works. So I'm fine with that. Hellfire Halitosis. This one I think needs a little bit of buff. I saw Bu do this to good extent, but I haven't seen a lot of people use this really well, so maybe it needs a buff. But you guys should check out Bu's Krieg video. I'll link it. It was fucking awesome. Flame Flare. This one's got that annoying thing where it can stack and kill you. I don't know if that's fixable. If it is, that would be the thing to do. Well, yeah, maybe get rid of the reignite chance if that's what's causing it and just increase the burn duration. I'm not sure. But if this could be less likely to kill you, it would help. I know Gearbox supposedly kind of fixed it, but it's still a thing. Elemental Empathy is awesome. Raving Retribution. This is kind of cool. Like the homing balls of fire that goes out and attacks them. I just wish it did a little bit more damage. Or maybe needs a bigger Nova range when it hits. It needs something a little bit more, because it's not terrible. And, it works well with, like, Elemental Empathy and other things like that. It seems to have a good dot chance, but it's either the damage or the radius is too small. Maybe both, but I think it just needs a little bit of a buff. So, basically, Hellfire and Raving Retribution need a little bit of a buff in this one. Flame Flare needs to be less likely to kill you. And everything else here is pretty solid. It'd be nice to get rid of the sniper effect there. And that's what I would change with Krieg. Not a ton. I think the biggest thing is the Bloodless Tree just needs a little more oomph. Because, so Krieg is really cool as the Hellborn, Flame of the Firehawk, just insane elemental damage everywhere. That's awesome. Mania is awesome running his melee builds. But like Zero's got his awesome sniper tree, his awesome melee tree. Then he's got an awesome gun tree where you can kind of do a hybrid. Krieg kind of suffers on the hybrid a little bit. So that's part of the problem with him. The other thing about changing what could help the hybrid with Krieg is if Fuel the Rampage was actually kind of helpful, you could take Empty the Rage and Fuel the Rampage, and you wouldn't have to take a skill to reduce your shield recharge delay. And that would open up his ability to use other shields other than, Roid Shields, Rough Rider, or Flame of the Firehawk. That's really what he uses. Sometimes people, instead of the Rough Rider, will use the Neo or Evo, but he's really limited on shields. So that would be cool if this was just like a movement speed buff, and you wanted to do a gun build with Krieg that wasn't all like Flame of the Firehawk spam, but a little bit in here. And you wanted to go through these two trees mainly and do a cool, like a hybrid shotgun build with Salt the Wound, Thrill to Kill, Bloodbath, and stuff. You could pull it off. This would be somewhat of a waste with the melee damage, but if this was movement speed, that's helpful. You got explosive bonus, overkill healing, Salt the Wound. But as it is now, it's hard to use a lot of gear on Krieg, so that would be the other helpful thing. Because right now, you're pretty much going, either embrace the pain or feed the meat to start getting down here, which means, using something like the Antagonist or the Blockade is a lot less likely, and just you're a little more limited on builds with him because of that stuff. And, over here you're lighting yourself on fire, which is limiting your shield as well. So, yeah. Pretty much, I think that covers it. So let me know what you guys think on what you would change with Krieg, but I've gone over mine. So I will see you all later. Thanks for watching. Bye.